out way out like that from the storms. And so that's the gust front, the wind gust front right now in the Natchez area, well north and east of Campty. And that gust front is primarily why we do have the severe thunderstorm warning. I can't give you a good idea of the wind measurement from here because the storms are moving to the east, and we're looking at the radial velocity from Shreveport. So I could give you a better idea a little farther up, say in Bentonville Parish, of what the winds would be. And close to 40 miles an hour, although you're looking at elevation of a couple thousand feet. But down toward Natchitoches there, you wouldn't get a good estimate, but because we're only getting a component of it. But you're looking at 41 mile an hour winds about 5,000 feet. So you probably got some pretty strong winds. But just looking at the shape of the winds there, and you put it into motion, you can see how they accelerated out there and really trying to wrap up into a little circulation there east of Martin, east of Coshada, but nothing going into tornado mode there. But if we're going to see anything, it's going to be where these little jagged areas come about from accelerations in the wind down that way. So again, the severe thunderstorm warning goes until 8:15 down in Natchitoches Parish, and the storms continue marching on to the east, northeast at 35. So here's the movement of 1 hour's worth of very heavy rain showing up in the bright red colors there. Still some pretty good rain behind that initial storm front or the squall line, but the worst of the weather is down that way. As we move a little farther up, looking at some heavy downpours right across Bentonville Parish there, some serious rains all the way up to the Homer area, and moving toward Ruston, east-northeast at 35, not too far out of your near future there in the Ruston area. And then in the southern Arkansas, got that little segment bowing out a little bit there, so you could get some strong winds right along Highway 82. That's headed toward El Dorado. We could throw the winds up there. We wouldn't get an accurate estimate of the speed, the magnitude, but you can kind of see the shape where it bows out there, blowing away from the radar site and headed over toward El Dorado. So some pretty pretty strong storms there cutting across all of the Arklatex. I'll go back to the reflectivity, and we'll go up the northern section. So Texarkana is starting to look better for you. The rain's starting to taper off in southeast Oklahoma and northeast Texas. And let me get this information out of the way here. And as we move a little bit farther south, we'll go down toward I-20. And the big storms rolling out, again, the heaviest rain headed toward the Ruston area, and probably will be there in the next hour. Here's Toledo Bend country, and the big rains moving east to Natchitoches, headed over toward Winfield. And the rain's still moderate to heavy downpours over there in areas from center Texas on down into southern Toledo Bend and heading down toward Lufkin. But the worst of the weather appears to be moving on, as you can see there. Let me put it on the full scan real quick, and we'll look one more time at the velocities, see if there's anything trying to kink up along that leading edge of that line. And looks to be a little bright area down there. Of course, it's a long ways from the radar site, so sometimes you'll get a quick spin up, but this is just, it's just this one segment there, and that's just not very meaningful there. But there's the one segment that, or the one little spin up there that was still has some spin. That was one that the National Weather Service had issued a tornado warning for earlier, but it has since kind of just filled in there. But nonetheless, again, the big storms coming across the eastern half of the Arklatex. All right, let's get you updated on what's happening across our area there. We'll first check out the tornado watch. So the tornado watch now has been trimmed back. It's mainly from Minden to Ruston on down toward Manny. Points to the east there across northern Louisiana until 9 o'clock. The rest of the Arklatex, not covered in the red colors, indicates that the tornado watch has been dropped for you. Let's see, we got some tower cam shots here. Let's see, get this in the motion there. There we go. Texarkana. I got a little water on the tower cam screen, but the rain, not much left there for you right now. So it's kind of calmed down your way. In Shreveport, well, we had some big downpours, and it looks like an accident on I-49 there. So traffic really snarled up there for the Valentine's evening. A little bit farther south in DeSoto Parish, earlier in the evening, it was cranking pretty good, but the rain has let up some for you. In Natchitoches, earlier, you could see the winds really going and the rain starting to come down. But you're on the backside of the squall line there, so things are improving for you. So there's a precision forecast by 10 o'clock. It looks like the squall line is probably east of Monroe, headed toward the Mississippi River, and things are settling down for us there. This computer model called a HRRR, it shows a little bit of elevated shower and thunderstorm activity behind the main line there coming our way with the upper level system. That's possible, but not expecting too much out of that, other than some rumbles of thunder perhaps later on tonight. Additional rain amounts, another inch or perhaps close to 2 inches from some of those very efficient downpours there. Weather Watcher reports had 2 inches for Robert Morris up into Queen. Other ones I haven't updated here yet. Just a third of an inch for Jason Patterson in Atlanta. Francis Moody in Cypress Lake had 1.72 inches when that squall line moved through there. And over an inch amounts for Ronnie Hull in Shreveport, Mike Lausler in Shreveport, and close to an inch there for Gary Stratton and Blanchard. And the other amounts will need updating. Chance of measurable rain for the rest of tonight, well, still good here, at least for until after midnight. And then it kind of tapers off a little bit as we head into tomorrow, just a slight possibility. What's driving all this? Well, our parent storm system, you can see it spinning there as it's moving into the Arctic. The bright green colors indicate where you had the dynamic lift and all the storm activity high in the atmosphere, and the darker colors indicate a little lower or warmer uh, uh, parts of the atmosphere there, and then you got the brown colors indicating dry air working in. So that's our storm system, and it'll be east of us as we get into tomorrow. Here's the surface part. So the surface low cutting right across the northern 2/3 of the Arctic. So we've been in a warm sector, and that's why we've had that severe weather. We were lacking a little bit in the instability department, but we certainly had plenty of wind shear, and we've had a few tornado warnings here this evening, but no damage reports from those individual tornado warnings as of yet. I'm sure there'll be some surveys done by the National Weather Service in the next couple of days to verify what they saw. Tonight, once all this is out of here, we're looking at lows generally in the 50s, and tomorrow probably just highs in the 60s. And still can't rule out a little bit of a patchy drizzle or some isolated showers, but doesn't appear to be a washout. Here's the crew of Highland Parade. Slight chance of some rain showers or measurable rain from rain showers, but I think your weather will be improving. It'll probably be still cloudy around, mostly cloudy, and temperatures in the 60s for that event. Then you got the crew of Dionysus down there in Natchitoches. Weather, I think, will be a whole bunch better there for tomorrow evening. A little bit cooler, too, probably in the upper 50s to the mid 60s. All right, here's that forecast for the extended. We're looking at probably low 70s on Monday, mid to high 70s on Tuesday. We're in the 80s for Wednesday and Thursday. And then we'll be looking at possibly another chance of rain coming up for Friday, and then a little bit cooler for next Saturday. So just wanted to give you guys a quick update. Real quick, I'll go back to the main radar just to see if anything has popped up since we last checked it here. Here's the big scan, the radar, the reflectivity. And looks like, well, we got a new warning there, and that's all coming out of Natchitoches Parish. So let me go ahead and stop the radar here and get it updated. So severe thunderstorm warning now. Looks like for Wind Parish until 9 o'clock. Natchitoches Parish also 9 o'clock, and that'll be for gusty winds there. We'll zoom in a little bit closer with these storms. So moving east-northeast at about 35. So we'll give you an idea of where it's going to be over the next hour here. So looking at this estimated time of arrival there, about 35. So we got Winfield about 8:35 there, 20 minutes away. Montgomery 8:15. Alexandria 9:08. That's out of our viewing area, but those storms trucking pretty good to the east there. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and close those out. Let's see if we got it there. Look at the winds, see if there's anything changed in the wind department. So a pretty good gust front there, and you can see how it, let's see, let's go back to the interaction part. Let's see here if that'll come back up. I don't know. There we go. Whoops, it looks like it went away, and now it's come back. There we are. Okay, so yeah, I got a pretty big bowing of the winds. So the strong winds are going to be right in this area here as they head up toward Winfield. So that'll be where you could have those 60+ mile an hour wind gusts. Let me see if there's any more information on this. Looks like wind, Grant, and Natchitoches Parish till 9 o'clock. Looks like storms moving to the east close to 40, 60 mile an hour wind gusts. That's primarily the issue here, but you can see it in the way the winds are showing up there. Those are the storm relative velocity, so the wind's bowing out. And so that appears to be the only issue going on in the Architects of those nasty storms now as they're moving into the Wind Parish area there. It looks like just south of our area, there's looks to be a pretty prominent confirmed tornado warning. That is near Leesville, southwest of Alexandria. That's not in our area, but nonetheless, you can't really see it too well from where our vantage point because we're just too far away from this storm. But if once they get confirmed, that's what happens. You'll see that purple flashing area. Fortunately, haven't any confirmed yet across the Arctics, and so right now we're doing pretty good. We still have the storms kind of working through the eastern part of our area here, but almost out of the Arctics, and then the weather should slowly improve as we go through the remainder of tonight. So that is a quick update for you there. We'll continue to monitor the weather as we go through the remainder of the evening. Stay tuned. We'll have a complete weather update on KPXJ CW21 News at 9. And then it looks like after, I believe, the basketball game on KTPS Channel 3 News at 10 o'clock. So stay safe out there this evening, and we'll see you back in just a bit.